they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The Jaguars in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. A very solid gain of 27.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Hughes, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down now, it's Hughes. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
On second and goal, Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
7-7, our score after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this and go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just call a running play looking to get a few yards. He's able to hook his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones.
He's got the hook up. It's Chenault on the crossing route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back at the back 7, phenomenal.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And bringing it in, it's Davis.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Jones now on 1st and 10.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
From the 27, Jones. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson looking long for Westbrook. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Wilson. And that's It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Hughes. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 67 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Hughes.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Wilson. Finds his tight end Ingram.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. It's Hughes.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Pratt.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. On second down, it's Hughes. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable two-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenue.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Jags will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Able to complete this to Shenault. And he's got some space here.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Jones.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hand.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing, Jones. And this is Cook with a grab.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
throw incomplete as well. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. 68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Here's Jones on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 68 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wilson. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 9. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. On second down, it's Cook again. 79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Jones. And complete right side to Cook. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.